Calling all cars! Park & Go's incredible new facility is ready to assist with your KCI airport parking needs. Hey, it's Bob Fesco. Park & Go specializes in convenience for the traveler. I had a great experience with Park & Go. You get free shuttles, help with luggage, and free bottled water. Plus, Park & Go has covered parking. Join their frequent parker program and earn points towards free parking. Active military get free parking through the end of the year as well. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. Best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park & Go. Family owned and operated.
That's right. And there's no better way to start a Tuesday than your producer gracefully whispering in your ear, telling you you're hot. Thank you, David. Rico, we are living in some form of outer space television show that we don't know we're a part of. So we begin today with John Gruden, and that may not even be the wackiest thing we deal with today because we still have to get to Kyrie. And in between,
oh boy,
college football. Don't you ever. Here's what we can do with John Gruden. I'm just going to ask you a question, and we can get into the gory details where John Gruden basically, I don't know, hates everybody. I mean, he offended women. He offended minorities. He offended the commissioner. He offended people based on sexuality. I mean, John had a real bingo board of bad stuff here. But look, I'm more interested in the bigger picture here. Like I said to you Friday, and no one called, and the story went largely silent this week. And I go, there's no way he survives this. He's out here saying that DeMaurice Smith, has, quote, lips the size of Michelin tires, close quote. He then had this mealy-mouthed apology about how he uses the phrase rubber lips and I'm not a racist and harmony and we're on to the Bears. Mm-hmm. And then the team goes out and plays horrible. I don't think there's any coincidence there. And then you had Sunday Night Football, the uncomfortable, Tony Dungy and Tirico, because they worked with him, come out, well, that's not the guy I know. And then 24 hours later, you had the New York Times, amongst others, get a hold of these emails where John Gruden said things that I can't say on the radio. I don't even think I could say them if I put quotes around them. But here's my question, okay? And we can get into the what's right and wrong and all that, but humor me for a minute, Rico. How is it that a law firm was paid to investigate the Washington football team, top down, workplace environment, sexual harassment claims, behavior unbecoming of an owner, etc.? And we haven't had a single report about Dan Snyder, about Bruce Allen, about the Washington football team. Not a report, nothing. It vaporized. But you know what we get as a part of that investigation? John Gruden emails? Mm-hmm. See, this is what, I don't know, it just shocks me, I guess.
Are you really shocked, Mike?
I am, for this reason. This was intentional. Somebody was out to get John Gruden. I mean, Rico, a law firm investigated this, and those emails were private, and I don't know how those emails would get out unless, of course, ... somebody wanted them out. I mean, do we have Bruce Allen's replies to these emails? No. Do we have any of Daniel Snyder's emails? No. Do we have any formal report on anything that was supposed to be reported on? No and no. But John Gruden's emails from a decade ago intentionally leaked out because of what? Now, I have theories, but I just wondered, where... Oh, I know, and we'll get to it. But we don't know anything about anything, but this is what we get. It's just crazy to me.
It's not really crazy when you look at it. It's your classic deflection theory. Don't look at me, look at the other guy, and then focus on that, because we have an attention span of a gnat in America. So you just need a big story to happen so you can kind of fade into obscurity hey, how about we throw this John Gruden? Everybody loves him. He's all over the place. He did the Monday Night Football stuff, and he's a Chucky guy. Throw his name out there. Let people talk about him. The reason why I think you're not hearing anything about Snyder's got a lot of money, man. Money can keep stuff out of the press. And I know people are like, no, it can't. Actually, yes, it can. You throw enough money around there and, okay, I'll drag my feet on this. I do think that it's coming. Now, Mike, you want to talk about the definition of the sword of Damocles? It's what's swinging over Washington. That football, it's going to happen. We don't know when, but when it does, it's going to be like when the Panthers, the owner had to sell his team. It's going to be like Sterling selling the Clippers. It's going to be big. It's going to be monumental, and the NFL is going to step in really fast. They probably are lining up the next buyer as we speak, which is what's taking so long. But throwing Gruden's name out there, yeah, it's like, yeah, I see exactly what the football team is doing. Hey, don't look at all this fire over here. Look at this little dumpster fire there. Don't look at the entire building on fire. That's us. In Gruden, oh boy, yeah. The funny thing was, I mean, there's so many different things to this. Like, why did it take this long? Why didn't the people report this when he first wrote it? But on Friday when he was just talking about the union president, okay, he issues an apology, and I guess all is done. And then we find out he says stuff about other people, and that was the straw that all of a sudden got him to retire or to quit or whatever it is.
Yeah, but Mark Davis didn't want to fire him. It's as simple as that.
But all of a sudden,
you don't want to fire him.
All of a sudden, yeah, you say stuff about Goodell, and that ball got moving quickly.
Absolutely. Well, there it is. Yeah. You called the commissioner of the National Football League, who rules like Joseph Stalin, a gay slur and a clueless anti-football pussycat. You can figure which part of that word was in there. Used homophobic slurs to describe fellow NFL owners, coaches, and reporters. Oh, also, lovely email exchange with Bruce Allen, including topless photos of Washington Redskins cheerleaders. Look, yes,
as that whole thing was under investigation, yeah.
Exactly. So, yes, Mark Davis didn't want to fire John Gruden. I think Mark Davis in his heart of hearts hoped, all right, is all he did a racist comment about DeMaurice Smith a decade ago? Maybe we can whistle by the graveyard. But you're damn right when Goodell became a part of it and when that next batch was look, that's the thing to me, Rico. And we can get into like this slippery slope of, well, it was 10 years. It's like, yeah, it was 10 years ago. It wasn't a generation. Well, it was 10 years ago. Right. And he checked every box. This guy hates everybody. Mm-hmm. Literally. No, like you are a public figure. You are a face of a franchise. Like if Bob the Garbage Man's a racist, it's not preferable, but the company doesn't have to fire him because no one cares if Bob's a racist. Now, if Bob's a racist to his coworkers, we might have an issue. The whole point is nobody cares about Bob the Garbage Man's emails. Bob's not the face of garbage. He's a garbage man. John Gruden is the face of the Oakland Raiders, the Vegas Raiders. Yes, it's different. I mean, people like Rico drives me crazy because smart people become very dumb when it serves their argument. And it's one of my great frustrations in being an adult. Like, kids are kids. You can forgive them for being idiots. But when adults turn into children just to support their beliefs, that's what gets me. Oh, well, here's cancel. This isn't cancel culture. You can't be the face of a Fortune 500 company when in emails you're dropping N-bombs and gay bombs, and you can't do it. He went on a bender saying he wished Goodell didn't pressure Jeff Fisher to draft, quote, queers, close quote.
Right.
Dude, this isn't 1985. This is like 2012, okay? When this happened, the vice president is now your current president. It's not that long ago.
Yeah.
And hey, how about this, John? If it's so long ago when you sent the emails, guess what? It's half the time since your last playoff win 18 years ago. Enjoy that.
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that you can't even use "well, it happened a long time ago" because you're right. You just first of all, why would you put all this stuff in print? Why did you think it was okay? And yeah, it's like so now that it's out, now everybody wants to backtrack. I kind of got a feeling people knew who he was, but it was just done in private circles. So we'll let it slide because he's Chucky and everybody loves him. But it really sounds like he was a scumbag all his life. It was just private.
Now, look, I'll be honest. Like some of the stuff that's getting dumped out here, I don't really care about. Like, for instance, if he criticized former President Barack Obama. Now, if he used some form of racist term, we have a bingo. That's a problem. His political proclivities, I don't care about. I don't care if he criticized him. It doesn't matter to me. It's when you do it a certain way. Look, I think the more damaging thing, and again, the league, you will never convince me that this isn't a few good men code red by the league. Because Gruden went out and he went after Eric Reed. He went after the anthem. He went after concussion protocol. He went after the labor union. He went after Goodell. He went after owners. Look, man, you can't coach a team, and let's face it, he's also the GM of Oakland. He brought Mayock there, not the other way around. You can't be in that position. That's before we even get to having a primarily minority locker room that already has seen your ugly underbelly. You just can't be there anymore. So if you're going to call in and use hot button terms like cancel culture, look, I disagree. Like when people try to take a comedian's skit on stage and then cancel them 20 years later, I do have a problem with that. And I do think comedy holds a special place in society. I don't like things that are, 30 years ago. I do think we have to have some cutoffs here. But like John Gruden, less than a decade ago, and running the gamut in writing, and it's just abhorrent stuff. Like I don't care
about the business that you. Yes, the business you work in, too. Like you said, it's not politics. It's not, hey, I feel about this, about whatever.
You call Goodell a bleep hole and a this and a that, I don't give a damn. I don't. The Goodell stuff doesn't bother me. He hates Goodell. But here's your problem. Now it's in writing, and Goodell's got the power to get you got. And the reason the league didn't suspend him is simple. If they suspended him, they'd have to prove why. Which means they'd have to go into Pandora's box of the emails they don't want to share with you, of the report that never got filed, and they'd have to show you more. Because guess what? You can't just show what John said. Well, what did Bruce Allen say to these? John, don't say those things. Did he reply lulls in all caps? Like, There's so much to this where I'm like, all right, is this just the beginning, or did they just run an assassination on John Gruden?
Oh, no. This is the beginning. But this is maybe if we toss out Gruden, people will forget about us. They won't think about us, and we could slide for at least the rest of this season because now Gruden is in the hot seat.
Let me do this. I'll throw the number out, and we can have the conversation. And you know me, I'm not big on, personal mistakes costing somebody their job on the first deal, but you have to understand. This guy's running $1 billion operation, and he's the face. And these emails are a public smearing on his rep and on his ability to do his job. Hey, listen, if he called somebody a bleep hole one time, I'd be the first guy defending him and go, I don't care if he likes Roger Goodell. I don't care. But this is different, man. But I want to know where the rest of it is. Where's the investigation into the Washington football team, into Daniel Snyder? How was a report never filed? And why on God's green earth is John Gruden the one who's laying on the proverbial hand grenade for the misdeeds of seemingly dozens? It's really fascinating to me.
New this week on Curiosity Stream. Witness the meteoric rise of YouTuber Jimmy Donaldson, a.k.a. Mr. Beast, made famous by his jaw-dropping charity.
We'd like to give you $10,000. This is where things get fun.
On a new episode of Beyond the Spotlight. Plus, meet unique people with the world's most incredible brains on a new season of Secrets of the Brain. Check them out on CuriosityStream.com. Annual plans are just $20. That's $1.67 a month. Visit CuriosityStream.com now.